My name is Kate Brem. I'm a puppeteer and a movement director, and I'm certified in the Margolis method. I specialize in teaching movement for puppeteers. And this is the first episode in a series of short classes. The first thing we're going to talk about is how the inside of a puppeteer's body supports the performance outside. When I work as an actor, it's important that I know how to channel energy through the inside of my body and how to manifest what's happening internally for me. But as a puppeteer, it is important, whether I'm in full black or whether I'm another character on stage, to be able to use my body to support an energy that's outside of it. I want to direct your attention away from me, but I need to use my body in order to do that. So, here we go. Release. Feel your feet in the floor. Put your feet just outside your pelvis. The first thing I want you to do is gather energy into the center of your body. And we are going to try to compress that energy into a small core and allow it to release. Now we're going to gather that energy and compress it and release it. 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 Now, let's expand. We're just going to work on the inside, this area within us. I could expand way out and make my energy express all the way out to the sides, but in this exercise, I want us to practice keeping the energy inside this box of our torso. Here we go. So, gathering the energy in and relax to expand it. And let it release. And expand. And release. You've got to relax in order to expand. And release. There's tiny muscles. Expand. And release. Now, what if we expand and then compress? And then expand and compress. What's necessary in order to activate and then activate again, and then activate again, and then activate again? My muscles need to do something between those actions, and it is relax. I need to relax to engage and relax to engage. I relax to compress. I relax to expand. I relax a little bit and compress. I relax a little bit so I can expand. I relax to compress. I relax to expand. I relax to compress. I relax to expand. Yeah. Now, we're talking about this energy on the inside here, the center of our body. We're actually using the muscles and to feel them within our body. What if the inside affects the outside? If the inside of our body affects the external appendages. So, if I prepare to expand and it extends out my arms, and then I let it release, I prepare to expand, which causes my arms to extend and release. It's your inside affecting the outside. Yeah, and they're relaxed. It's my inside affecting my outside. Ah, I feel release. It's my inside affecting the outside. I return. It's my inside affecting my outside. And it returns. How about my inside affects my outside? And it releases. My inside affects my outside. And it returns. My inside affects my outside. And it returns. It's my inside affecting my outside. And it returns. How about we mix those up and we do them one into the next? My inside compresses, bringing my arms in. I relax and my inside expands, sending my arms out. I compress to bring my arms in. I expand to send them out. My arms are relaxed during this project. My insides are engaging, but they relax before they engage. Yeah, okay. That's just a little warming up about feeling how our insides affect our outsides. But most puppetry, well, I shouldn't say most puppetry, but a lot of what we're going to need is in front of us. So let's try this very similar exercises, but to the front. I'm going to engage my core, which sends my arms out. I engage my core to bring my arms in. I want to inspire my arms to go forward. And then I inspire my arms to come back. Now what am I doing that's different than to the sides? Yeah, I'm not exactly doing the same thing with these muscles. I'm not expanding and contracting, but I'm doing something very similar. I am preparing back to send energy forward and preparing forward to draw energy back. So my internal muscles have directionality that I can send them forward and bring them back, and that I'm using that as I'm thinking about where I'm sending my energy. It's not just one, it's not just tightening, it's that I'm actually imagining and literally changing the direction of these muscles. So let's do a couple of sets in depth. Okay, gathering the energy in. I prepare back to go forward. I prepare forward to come back. I'm sending energy forward. My arms are expressing it. I'm drawing my energy back, and my arms respond. I work, and then there's a reaction. I work, and there's a reaction. I have effort, it's expressed. I have effort, it's expressed. Okay, that section of the class is called Connecting Our Center to Our Extremities. It's going to be very useful in puppetry so that your core can support what's happening on the outside, so that you're sending energy out into the world, but you're not just doing it with your arms. It's actually supported by effort from inside your body. All right. Okay, let's shake that out. And let's draw some energy up and out your head and open it farther and let it fall down. Feel the flow of energy up and out your head and open it and let it fall down. One more time. We inhale deeper, and we exhale. So this exercise, as I'm currently doing it, is I'm flushing energy through my body. and then flushing energy through my body and opening it and letting it fall outside my body. But as a puppeteer, I would like us to think about how we can do this not within our body, but in front of us. That we would lift the energy, open it, and let it descend. But imagining that the energy is in front of us. This is leading towards making an effort of how to perform invisibly. Not all puppeteers are hidden behind doors or covered in all black and standing in the dark. Some of them, in fact many of them, are with the puppets and visible in the light. So how do we direct attention away from ourselves and onto the puppet, which is what people are meant to be looking at? One of the ways I do this is I work with a closed core. So in this instance, when I talk about core, I'm thinking about a vertical line that runs through my torso. And then if I gather energy, I can close it. But I also want to be relaxed. I want to feel that even with my closed core, I could go anywhere. So let's try this for a minute. Let it out. Okay, stand on 2 feet. Find some energy. Feel where the vertical is dropping through your body. And close your core. Feel what that's like. What does that feel like? And now release in your arms. Release in your arms. But keep your core closed. Yeah. All of this motion can stay light and relaxed while I have a closed core. Now the legs, imagine, yeah, keeping my core closed. Yeah, okay, let it go. So, with my closed core, I am going to do this exercise again. I'm going to close my core, and with me, I lift the energy up, I open it, and it descends. Let's do it in our body. How does this feel different? Open your core. I lift the energy through my body. I open it, and it descends. Once more with a closed core. I lift my energy. I open it, and it descends. One more time. I lift my energy. I open it, and it descends. Now let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's bring it in. Let's just top of the head. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. Even smaller, little box. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. Close core. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. Yeah, just to see what it feels like, let's try that smallest area inside the actor. I open my core, but I'm putting boundaries on it. So I'm open here, but I'm closed everywhere else. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. A little bigger box. But on the inside, I lift that energy. I open it, and it descends. I lift that energy. I open it. And it kind of wants to go out the box, but I won't let it. And it descends. Right, but what we're working on is puppets. Let's do a big one on the outside. I lift that energy. I open it. And it descends. Yes. So puppetry can be quite small. So that's part of this exercise. Is to use your energy on the outside in a very small space. This brings me to something else I find quite important with puppetry. It's momentum and suspension and timing. I'm creating momentum and suspension that has a certain timing. And all of these things can be learned through the pendulum. Okay, here we go, pendulums. We're going to go to your left, draw some energy into your center, and sending it out, and letting it fall back in. I give it a little kick to send it out, and then it comes back on its own. I send it out. It has a life only for a certain amount of time. I send it out. It has a life for a certain amount of time. Other side. I send it out. It's alive only for so long. I have to send it out, but be honest about how much time is left. When I send it out, it's with an impulse, and you all know how much time. Your audience also connects to how much time you've got. Now let us see, what is it like if we do this on a straight? If I send it out, and it returns, and I send it out, and it returns. I send it out, and it returns. I send it out, and it returns. Yeah, okay. Well, so what about if we choose to send it out, and we choose to bring it back? Let's try a set of these on both sides. Okay? I choose to send it out, and I choose to bring it back. I choose to send it out, and I choose to bring it back. I choose to send it out, and I choose to bring it back. I choose to send it out, and I choose to bring it back. In this instance, we are also using the timing of the pendulum, except we are separating the beat. So I think this is exactly the right moment to get to what you've all been waiting for, the puppets. When leading a class about movement for puppets, there's a lot of work to be done simply in your body, but it's really important to actually work with objects that are outside of you. My favorite object is the paper plate. It's a very simple object, potentially not what you were expecting, but has a lot of qualities that are super useful when trying to train as a puppeteer. Also, you probably, if you don't have a paper plate, you might have a cereal box that you could cut into a circle and a piece of tape. On the back, I have one piece of tape that I have attached as a controller. So as with every new puppet, I need to consider it and discover it and listen to it. I want to find out what are its characteristics and what are its capabilities. This puppet is simple. It's white. It's a circle. It's nearly flat. So when I turn it, you almost can't see it. That's an interesting quality. That's an interesting capability that it has. It's a circle. It does have this ability to spin, sort of nice. The circle is also in reference to other circles in my area. Now, the only thing that's kind of like a circle that I can think of is my head. My head's not really a circle, but as puppets go, they're generally circular heads. What else? It's very lightweight. I can drop it and it falls quite beautifully. It's also quite cheap, and it's paper. And if I really wanted to, I could rip it up. All of these characteristics and capabilities are tools for you to tell stories with. Each puppet can tell different stories. So let's tell some stories with this puppet. There's two different kinds of stories that I want to tell based on the work that we've been doing with movement so far. There's stories that I delineate as spatial stories, and then there's character stories. We're going to start with the spatial stories. There's an up, there's an up, there's an up, and there's a down. One more time. Do it with me. There's an up, there's an up, there's an up, and there's a down. Something interesting about this story that I've told you is that I created for myself a set of limitations. I only used the vertical. I could have used depth, and you might have been expecting me to use depth, but by simply setting up beats on a vertical, I let you know that to return to the beginning of where I had come had meaning. That it seemed like I was on my way to reach something above me or higher, but I was brought down. It would be a different story if I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have the same sense of loss to it. It might be better for a story where I was like, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So when I'm making spatial stories, I'm also thinking about their meaning. So this is your assignment. Your limitations are depth, vertical, lateral. You can either choose to send it out and choose to send it in, or you can choose to send it out and let it return. You need to use timing on each of your beats. And I'm going to tell you a secret that I have not let you know up until this point. That one of the ways to make your audience look at your puppet is if you look at your puppet too. So we should practice that while we're telling these stories. I want you to look at your puppet. Okay, great work. Before we move on to making character stories, I want to add something to your repertoire. I want to think about circles. Circles are super useful in anything that you want to do with your puppet. The only circle we're going to look at right now is this lateral circle, where there's a sense of gravity. It's as if it's falling off the edge of a cliff and it's speeding up, slowing down, but then I give it a little effort so that it rises all the way to the top. It falls, it speeds up, it slows down, I kick it. It just barely makes it to the top. There's a lot of drama in this circle. The speeding up and slowing down, and then I give it something. It almost makes it to the top. And then it does. But part of what's important about this circle is the sense of acceleration and deceleration in the circle. If I do this at a steady rate, it feels a little mechanical, which can be very useful in the right scene. But if I add acceleration and deceleration, it gives it a sense of life. In fact, I feel it also seems to connect to my breath. So as we're working in the character stories, I want you to connect it to your breath. And I'm going to give you a really simple script. It is, we do a slight circle back in order to prepare to move forward. And then we move back. That's like a reaction to a thing. So that's the beginning of the script is, I prepare to move, I react. The next part of the script is, I look at something else, I react to that. And then I do another circle to approach it. I react. I turn, I react, circle, and I approach it. That's the script that I want you first to play with before you move on and explore on your own what sort of emotions that this plate might be having. Because the point of this training is to learn how to inspire the audience to read emotion and feeling and life and vibrancy into things simply through movement, their rhythm and dynamics. This does not have eyes or moving mouth for a good reason, because what we're trying to learn is how to use movement to suggest life. So, that is your assignment, and I'm going to give you a hint before you go, you can go explore and then come back and I'll give you the hint, or I'll give you the hint right now. The hint is that in each element, in each section of this script, we can expand and contract sections of it to change the meaning. I can expand this preparation and shorten the look, the move forward. And my response could be tiny. It could be tiny in groups, or it could be So that's part of the juice that you're going to find, is that you can expand and contract sections of it to make it mean different things. Okay, there you have it. That's the class. And the important concepts that we covered included learning how to use the insides to affect the outsides, how to use a closed core to be invisible and have your audience look at the energy outside of you. We also looked at momentum and suspension and timing as it relates to a pendulum. And we looked at using our breath that speeds up and slows down as a way to tell stories. Okay, see you next time.